And here we go, I guess. Yeah, here we go. So make sure you just check in and do that I will attend thing. And now let the fun begin. So today we have Harsh Mehta. Harsh Mehta is a Flutter developer and a Mozillian, and he is going to take the workshop on WebVR and do hands-on to give you the best experience for learning. He is going to cover topics like HTML and primitives, rotation, animating or texturing objects. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in chat. We will surely get them answered at the end of the workshop. And also, people, stay tuned. There's a one, not two giveaways. So here we go with live with Harsh Mehta. Hello, Harsh. I guess you're on mute. I cannot hear.
Hey, what's
Oh,
up, Fenil?
hi, Harsh. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm just
Quite an
fine.
introduction. Thank you so much.
Yes, Harsh Mehta. So let's start. I'll be backstage, Harsh. If you need anything, let me
Yeah,
know.
yeah, sure.
Bye.
Bye bye. See you soon. Well, I'm alone now. Wait, I'll share my screen. Just a minute. Hold on. Oh, oh, I think it's visible. Yep, it is. Okay, so first of all, I'll be talking about WebVR today, and bear with me, please bear with me. I haven't touched WebVR myself in a year, so please bear with me if I make any mistakes. And yeah, I guess let's start. So yeah, I'll be talking about WebVR. And first of all, before talking about, before discussing what VR is and talking about A-frame and stuff, I'll talk a bit about myself. So I'm a Mozillian, as Fenil said, which means that I'm active in the Mozilla community, and I support their mission for privacy and an open internet. And I'm also a Flutter developer, so I make mobile apps with Flutter and Dart. And I also play a lot of computer games. And in fact, I play a lot, actually, more than you think. So yeah, I'm a gamer, and I also stream sometimes. I mean, even I mean, you may think that I might be a streamer or something, but I don't call myself a streamer. But sometimes I stream when I'm bored. So if you want to watch, or if you want to, watch my stream sometimes, so make sure you follow me on twitch.tv/obito_darky. And I haven't streamed actually in maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. I don't know. So I hope that I find some time to stream something cool. I sometimes stream, I play games and I stream maybe Valorant or Stardew or something. Or sometimes I even do coding streams. So yeah, if you want to, please just follow me. I need followers, please. Okay, so let's move on to virtual reality, VR as they call it. So first of all, what exactly is VR and what's the difference between virtual reality and augmented reality, which is AR? So first of all, as you can see over here, I can see myself. So um, AR lets the user experience the real world, and some of the elements of this real world have been digitally, augmented or digitally been, there's some digital aspect to it. So you could say that, well, oh, unfortunately, I don't have an example with me right now. Wait, I'll just actually open it. Let's just Google something like an AR scene or something, and just go to images. So, what's like a good example? There's nothing good. Okay, let's actually, okay, Pokemon Go. I think Everyone's heard about Pokemon Go. It was quite a sensation a long time ago, and where you point your phone, or okay, yes, see this thing that you could see. So you point your phone, and in real world comes a digital Pokemon just on your screen. So that's basically AR, and that's where was it presenting? Yeah. So that's AR, as in something digital in your real world. And VR, on the other hand, is something different. It removes the user from the real world. There is no real world, and it replaces, and everything about VR is completely simulated or digital. So um, you won't see any realistic. I mean, you would. I mean, it might be realistic, but you won't see any real elements of the world. So yeah. By the way, I definitely googled this for the difference because I didn't want to type it myself. So yeah, who better than Google? Okay, so web VR, what exactly? So we know about VR now. So what exactly is web VR? So web VR is a VR based experience right in your browser. So you can see it. I mean, so you can experience VR in your desktop, in your mobile phones, or in your tablets or iPads or whatever. And it's based on WebGL. Also, WebGL is a JavaScript library um, which is used to enhance 3D and 2D rendering stuff. So yeah, and so let's actually talk about A-Frame. So A-Frame is a web framework that is used to build WebVR experiences, and they use HTML entity components, and you'll see how simple it is. Just too simple to explain. I mean, the basic stuff is just too simple for me to explain. So I'll just go through it in a few. And by the way, it's open source, of course. It was started by a Mozilla employee, and now A-Frame has a huge, and I guess one of the biggest VR communities of its own. And A-Frame is based on 3JS, which and 3JS is based on WebGL. So the core is WebGL. Okay, so let's actually head on and see head on to A-Frame. Oops, these are the docs. So if you go ahead to aframe.io, this is what um, it will look like. And if you click on get started, we'll open the docs. And um, okay, so I'll just click on remix starter example on glitch. So glitch is, by the way, an online editor for an online editor, so code editor. So that's what I'll be using right now, but you can use Visual Studio Code and stuff like that. But do make sure that while making WebVR scenes, you have a local server enabled, because I've had a lot of problems where it doesn't work properly when I run it on when I open it. Just I open just the HTML files, so I run on a local server to have a better developer experience, because it just doesn't work well, not WebVR. So okay, so I'm gonna click on remix on your own, and you don't have to follow this. Just take a look at the code. So we'll be focusing on the code and the output, so don't get surprised by glitch or what in the world is glitch. So just don't get surprised, don't worry, I got you. Okay, so I'm just gonna, okay, I can't completely remove this, that's a shame. Can I, okay, yeah, I can. Okay, so and I guess I can make this. So this is what our starter example looks like, and this is what our output will look like. As you can see, I can move my mouse, and I guess, yeah, I can move my mouse and stuff. And even if I press WSD, I can move in 3D space. So yeah, this is I mean, I'll talk about what everything all of this is in a moment. And so yeah, as you can see, like a lot of these look similar, because this A scene, but there is A scene, A box, A sphere, A cylinder, blah blah blah. But as you say, this looks a lot similar to HTML tags, or you could say HTML elements, and that's the you know simplicity of A-frame for you, because as you can see, even with like simple lines of code, you can generate this much of this we are seeing. And yeah, by the way, if you want to do it in your own VS Code or something like that, or whatever editor you want, make sure you include the script source, which you can get from here, so from the frame docs. So make sure you include that, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so we'll first of all empty everything, remove everything, and I hope it refreshes. It does. So right now there's nothing, not even, we can't even move our camera or mouse or anything, because there is no iframe scene. So in order to start a scene, or in order to make a VR experience, we need to make sure that we have something called a scene implemented. So a scene basically defines oops, let me just end it right here. Oh, Jesus, I can't get enough of. Okay, okay. So a scene basically you know kind of, you could say, yeah. Yeah, it is my brother, by the way. So yeah, where was I? Okay, so a scene is basically a canvas for your painting. So you need, as you can see, you need a canvas to paint something, or you need something to paint. So that's what a scene is. A scene is basically a canvas. So everything that comes inside this a scene will be in your VR scene. Everything outside of this would be out of your VR scene. So we'll define an a scene right now, and we'll start with a simple, let's say a box shape. So a box primitive. So everything. So this is basically a primitive. A scene is a primitive. A box will be a primitive. So these are all HTML primitives that A-frame likes to call. So let's start with a box, and we'll end it as well. A box. Oh, I think there's something wrong. I made a mistake, I guess. Mm, say I don't see anything. Wait, let me just make sure if it's real or not. I guess not. I messed something up. I'll just go back to the docs again. I told you. I told you. It's been a long time since I discovered this. It's been a long time since I touched this again. So it kind of looks alright. I don't know what's going on. That's how it should be, right? A box. That's what we wrote, right? The hell, dude. What if I just straight up copy this? What's the difference? What? What? What is actual scam? Is it because? No, it's not. Okay, fine. For some reason, this doesn't work. I don't know. Because I know that colors, you can specify colors and stuff. I must have made a mistake, actually. Let me see if is there anyone to point out my mistake or something. Okay, never mind. Okay, okay, so we'll start again. I'll just remove this position thing, and we'll just let it be color. Oh, we need a positioning of it. Okay, yeah, right. Sorry, my bad. So it was there actually, but since the origin starts at 00, I mean, okay, I'll explain the positioning and stuff later as well. So so yeah, so the reason it's on the bottom is because, first of all, let me open up, I don't know, what do you say, online paint or something, I don't know, jspaint.app. Okay, let's open this. I'll explain this in paint, and we'll see what exactly I mean. Can I expand this? Okay. Okay. So first of all, in a 3D, whenever we talk about 3D, we talk about X, Y, and Z, I guess, yeah, right? So we know that this I am really poor at drawing, so please bear with me. Can I increase the thickness? Yes, no? Okay. Mm, so when we talk about, axis X, Y, and Z, so this is basically our Y axis, this is our Z axis, and this is our X. Oops. No. This is our X axis, and this is our Z axis. So, so A-frame follows this right-hand rule, as I mean, this probably very common, and we point our fingers like this, where our thumb is on the right, our first finger is on the index finger is on the top, and the middle finger is coming towards us. So whenever we're referring to X, Y, and Z, we can take a look at this, and we can say, oh, if we want to move something to X, so we move in this direction, in the direction of our thumb. If we were talking about Y axis, we're talking about the direction of our of our index finger, and if we're talking about Z axis, we're talking about this kind of backwards and forwards, from the middle finger. So make sure, I mean, for your reference, make sure whenever you get stuck with XYZ, make sure that you know don't worry, just take your hand out and just see what exactly what exactly is confusing you with X, Y, and Z. So so all of this, oops, where was I? Okay, so all of this is in X, Y, and Z. I mean, in X, Y, and Z coordinates, and the default for, let's suppose, for default for most of the primitives is 000. So so that's why it was on the bottom, and you could, and so that's why it appears at the bottom. And by the way, and the reason it was not, the 000 is not in front, is because of something called a camera, which a camera primitive, the camera primitive, which I'll talk about later if I have the time. So yeah, it's on the bottom. So actually, let's move it a bit. So we'll first of all position it, and there's something called, as you can see, these all of these have attributes, as in our HTML tags have attributes, right? So these primitives, A-frame primitives, HTML primitives also have attributes. Um, so we colored it with red. So now there's also something called a position attribute, and this basically it's in the form of X, Y, and Z. So the X will be on this side, the right one. The Y will be going on top, and the Z will be backwards and forwards. So let's say that if I put this somewhere between 1.6, Y is our 1.6. So um, on top we want somewhere over here, and on the right maybe we want somewhere over here, and on Z let's actually move it backwards. So, and yeah, so by the way, this can I change color or something? Yeah. And this is the basically this is negative Y, this is negative X, and this is negative Z. So yeah, so negative means that if you're talking about negative Z, then we're moving backwards. So that's what we want to do right now. That's what I want to do right now. So I'll make it 1.6, I guess, -2, I guess, I don't know. And let's keep this at 0. Actually, let's keep this at 0. Okay, so as you can see, actually, let's move it down a bit, so that it doesn't actually look, you know so yeah. So as you can see, if I change this parameter, if I change X from 0 to 2, it will appear a bit on the right. There it is. I mean, I'm a polygraphic but as you can see, there it is on the right. If I move a bit to the right, and if I move my Y a bit, as I did earlier, let's say 3, and it's gonna be about somewhere here. So I'll actually go back to 0 so that it's easier for me. And if you're talking about z, if it's right now it's -2, and if you want something like -10 or something, it will be somewhere far ahead. And if you want it closer, oh yeah, actually, mm, so if you want it closer, right now it's at -1, and if we want it even more closer, we can just go 0, and will kind of be straight above us. And if we want it even further down, so we can just use positive values for that, which is basically 10. So if I use 10, and if I just move around, I think that it should be here somewhere. Yeah. So yeah, that's the position component for you. Actually, let me just change it. 6, I don't know. What is it? 3. Let's just do 3. So that's the box primitive. Where is it?
Harsh,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
but is it possible that can you zoom the code more so that
Oh yeah,
people
yeah, yeah.
can?
Sure, 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 sure,
Yeah.
sure. How do I? Is there any way that I can? Okay. Oh,
Uh, yeah.
let me know if it's visible or not. Finally.
Yeah, it's visible perfectly. Thank you so much.
Cool, cool. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Finally. Okay. So where's our box? Wait, let me refresh this. Where's our box? Wait. It's so difficult to find. Okay, no. Instead of oh yeah, instead of yeah. Yep. So there it is. I can move around with my WSD keys and take a look at what's going on. So yeah, I mean, and I guess there's even like up and down arrows. You can even use the up and down arrows for that. So yeah, I guess, and so that's the box primitive for you. There is even primitives like a circle. So oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. There's even more attributes for the box. So there's stuff like a height, which we can set to like, let's suppose 5. So it will increase the height. It's too big right now. So I actually want to decrease this for a bit. Actually, I'll move this further ahead, and my height would be, I don't know, maybe 2. As you can see, it increases the height, and if I want, I can also have something like my width, and this will be the width. And if I want 3, so it will stretch out a bit. And there's also depth, and right now we can see, right now I'll take a look at it from this angle. uh, you can see how thick it is, right? So basically with depth, um, well, let me just reformat this for depth. Maybe if I increase or decrease this, for let's suppose that I want depth to be 0.5, and if I just move around, you can see that it's much more thinner now. And if I want a depth of like, let's say 3, and now you can see how thick it is. So yeah, that's depth. Let's I just what was it, 0.5? Yeah. So mm, yeah, I guess that's the box primitive. And there's also other primitives. Let's say that there's circle as well. Oops. And let me just use this out. And again, I think that it should be on the bottom somewhere. And what's up? And let's say that I want the color to be somewhere around green, and I want the position to be and we cannot see it. And I want the position to be 0. I want this to be 0, and I want Wait, is my camera lagging? Yeah, I think my camera is lagging right now.
Yeah, I
Hold up.
guess it's lagging.
Yeah, I just noticed myself. Hold up. Let me fix this real quick.
I guess,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes, Vanel.
yes.
You're guessing what exactly?
Nothing. Until then,
Yeah,
those
yeah,
are
yeah.
online on the chat. Hello, Namit. Hello, Pranet,
Yeah.
Bennett, Krish.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
Murtaza. We have
Krish. Yes.
AK-47 BMW 53. Hi, though. We have Jeet.
Krish,
Uh,
can we make 3D custom models and use it? Yes, we can use 3D models. And yeah, we can use 3D models and use it in our iframe. So if you're modeling something in Blender, uh, let's suppose that if you're modeling like a tree or something in Blender, you can easily import it and use the docs for your reference of this. I haven't covered models and custom models and stuff, but yes, you can use custom 3D models. AK-47 BMW 53. What is this? I'm actually talking about the VR right now. Um, so if you want to know more about it, just the thing about it is that you can just wait. Is my screen sharing off or something? What's going on?
no, your screen sharing is on, but your camera is off.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So you can just go backwards and see exactly what this talk about is. This talk is about, and yeah, um,
And we have another from Krish. Can we also animate them?
yes, we can. If I have the time, I will talk about animation for a bit. But yes, we can
And
definitely animate.
Murtaza Ali says, hello, check NASA website. It has an interactive 3D model of Perseverance rover.
Perseverance. Okay, let's actually see.
Yeah,
What is it? NASA website. Are you okay? Actually, get NASA.com or something.
I
NASA.gov.
it should be, yeah,
This one.
.gov.
I'm not exactly sure if this is okay. Galleries. That should be galleries.
Murtaza, can you confirm, is this the website?
Okay, there is a
Uh,
Perseverance Mars rover.
oh, nice.
This is this it? But yeah, if in fact actually, if you want to check out examples for A-frame, hold up. Let's see. Let's see something of something like I don't know what's Moonlight. I've never seen this Moonlight thing. So these are a few examples that A-frame has, and this is Moonrider by the way. And by the way, this is by the way fully interactable. I can interact. You can't hear anything, I guess.
Yeah,
You
yeah, we
can't,
cannot hear.
but there's like I guess I don't know. I can play. Holy crap! Okay, holy. Okay, that was too loud. I can just play this, and I don't know. I guess it starts. It's kind of like Beat Saber, I guess. I think so. It kind of is like Beat Saber, I think. But this is, as you can see, this is like a VR experience. So this is a small example of a VR experience. This is on web, by the way. So yeah, there are a lot of examples. One I
And
yeah, Fennel, what's up?
Krish is asking that is that a website for frame docs?
Yes, go to
Okay.
aframe.io, go to aframe.io, and you'll find a bunch of examples over there, and you can just click on docs or the community if you want to join, or if you want to be, if you are interested in knowing about the community, or you can just go to get started, and it will take you straight to documentation. And as you can see,
Yeah.
these are like I guess 3D models that Krish was talking about. So you can use GLTF and OBJ models, uh, and yeah, I guess the this obviously this is a bit advanced, so it kind of involves JavaScript, but 3JS, and so So yeah, if you want to know more about it, so go ahead to you know the docs aframe.io/docs.
So, Harsh Mehta, is your camera back, or are you
Uh,
planning to
it's stuck.
give without camera?
It's legit stuck. I can't. I don't know what's going on.
It's okay. You can continue without cam. I'll be backstage if you need any help.
Yeah, cool, cool. Thanks, thanks. Okay. Let's continue. Where was I? My position. I want this to be in front. Again, I want. Oops, my camera is not working. Never mind. How do I clear this? This one. I want this to be. Again, I'll just draw the axis. So I want this to be somewhere in front. So right now my where was I? What's the right now our position for our box is -5 for Z. So I want it in front of that. So let's suppose that this is like minus. I mean, let's suppose that this is -5, and I want it in front. So let's see that maybe I want -3. So I'll just go ahead and put -3 for Z. For X and Y, probably I might put the same right now. Mm, okay, there you go. As you can see, I'm moving stuff a bit. Since it's circle, it's kind of, it does not have a thickness because it's a circle. If you want a sphere, there's something called a sphere as well. Do check it out on the docs. So yeah, so that's a circle. What else is there? Anything? There's also a cylinder, I guess. There's a there are different attributes for like circle and cylinders as well. So I'm not sure about circle, but there's something called a cylinder. And by the way, I want the there's I think there's something called radius. So if I decrease the radius to, let's say, 0.3, I think it should be smaller. Yep, it's smaller, definitely smaller. Good. There's our cylinder, by the way. It's kind of, you know, camouflaged, but yeah. And okay, so and in my cylinder, I want the color to be, actually let's position it first. And I want it, again, I kind of want it in front of I want it in front of my box but behind my circle. So so again, I'll just have to only touch the Z axis. And actually, let's go ahead with -4 maybe. And oops, and there you can see this is, oh my, okay, this is where our cylinder is. There's somewhat also, it kind of looks too thick right now. You can set radius for it, if I'm not wrong. Radius again, I guess. Let's keep it 0.7 or something. So this is so annoying. So yeah, that's our cylinder. And if I want to, color it out, so I'll just go ahead with color equals blue. And hopefully I should, you can use custom colors as well, I guess, of course, with the hex codes if you have any. So this is the cylinder one, this is cylinder. So yeah, I guess I think the basic primitives are done for now. We talked about a scene, a box, cylinder, circle, yep. And we also talked about positioning. What else is there? Let me check again. Yep, we a box, circle, cylinder. Okay, we did. exactly these four. And as I talked about the positioning, as in the the right hand rule, and the attribute for that mostly is position equals x, y, and z. And make sure that you have, if you're getting confused or something, make sure that you have things sorted out with your right hand. Okay, so okay, you can nest parameters for, okay, relative positioning. Yes, I forgot about this. So there's something called relative positions. Let's suppose that because we had to, have, it's kind of annoying because I have to put like, uh, I have to calculate everything and put it, the positioning and stuff. Let's, as I talked, oops, as I talked that the stuff, as I talked about that, in order to put everything in front of put the blue box, I mean the cylinder, blue cylinder in front of the red box, and the circle and behind the circle. So it's kind of, you have to, in this sense, you kind of have to see like, oh, okay, I know that I have to change this, I have to change my x, I have to change my y, stuff like that. So you can also nest stuff. So nesting is basically, if you know that you can nest HTML, elements, right, inside each other, the div, the famous div inside div inside div meme. So you can do that here as well. Mm, let's actually try it out. I don't want my cylinder right now. So I just want my circle, and I kind of want it, on top, or just on top of my box. So I can actually just crop it out. Actually, let's make a new circle over here inside our box. As you can see, our box ends over here, and inside that we are making a circle. So oh, and oops, my bad. And the color would be somewhat around, what is it, green, green. And jeez, and the position. So right now, and everything. So right now, since the default position for everything, for most of these primitives or components, is that is 0, 0, 0. So right now it's in the center, and by the way, it starts from the center. So the center of, you know so when we talk about 0.1.6 and -5, we're talking about the center of this red box. We're talking about the center of this red box. Right now we can't see anything, but how do I? Yeah, this is what I have to. This is what I have to do every time. Um, right now, um, Jesus, what the heck? What the, I don't know how to draw this stuff. Okay, wait. Bear with me, but right now this is what our 0, 1.6 and -3, I think, is. So it's in the center. So right now, when we talk about, when we're talking about our color, I mean when we're talking about a circle which is 0, 0, 0, or the position is 0, 0, 0. So right now it's kind of buried, under this, inside this box. So we need to get it out, kind of. So for this, I'll use my relative positioning. So mm, so now everything inside is, as you can see, like we had to put my 1.6 for this, right? So right now, if I just, you know use something like -3, as you can see, it's and this has to be 0, 0, 0, and that's where oh, it's behind, I guess, for some reason. Oh yeah, exactly. So if I put in 0, 0, 0, my bad, if I put in 0, 0, 0, it's kind of, buried underneath. But since everything about this is relative, so if we put in since this is so now our 000 is the center of our box. So well, actually is actually mine. So this kind of our 000 is actually the center of our box. So this is actually 000 that we're talking about for our circle. And this is so right now it's over here. So if we want it further forward in front, so now we have to take a look at our box. So if I don't have to put minus. If I want it in front, I don't have to put minus 3 or minus 4 or something like that. I just have to take a look at how much I want it in front of this. So if I put in 1, it'll be in front. And remember, when we put 1 in the beginning of our normal circle, actually I'll do that. I'll just add a circle on top. And as you can see, our 1 would be somewhere. This is our actual 1 of our entire VRC. But since we are putting our circle inside our box, inside our box primitive, it uses the relative positioning of our box. And uh, let me just reduce the radius to 0.5. Oh, and as you can see, it's somewhere like this. And uh, also, so now we don't have to worry about this circle whenever we are moving our box. So let's suppose that if I move it, you know keep -10, as you can see, our circle also moved with our box. So since this is our parent and this is our child, so whenever we move or we make changes to positioning and stuff of the parent, our child will always move with the parent. So yeah, so that's relative positioning for you. I hope I made it clear. I see. Okay, there's nothing in the chat, I guess. All right. What's next? Rotation. Yes, rotation. So let's actually talk about rotating this. Right now, it kind of looks really lame at the moment. And so, what rotation is basically, I'll just. So rotation is basically when you want to rotate your I guess primitives and entities. So make sure that you follow the right hand rule for this as well, right hand thumb rule. Unfortunately, all of a sudden my camera has died, so I can't explain it to you visually, but I hope that you get this. I mean, I hope that you understand this. So primarily we usually use, I mean, when we talk about right hand thumb rule, it's universally talked about having the magnetic checking what the magnetic field is and the force of this and the force and the magnetic field and stuff like that. But while rotation, make sure that you follow this right hand thumb rule. So point your thumb in the direction of the axis which you want to rotate. So let's suppose that if you want to rotate it to the x-axis, so so point your thumb in the x-axis. So right now you can see the thumb is on the y-axis, since our y-axis is uh, going upwards. And if you want to move it to x, make sure that your thumb is in this direction, pointing in this direction. If you want z, make sure your thumb is pointing towards you. And right now as you can see, it's on the y direction. And form a circle with your fingers, like just close your fingers or something, like you form a fist or something, close them, and that is basically your circle of your degree. So if you're not familiar with what that is, so whenever we're talking about angles and stuff, uh, in 2D, this is what I'm I'm sorry about my circle. Oh yeah, I can create a circle like this, right? Let's just suppose that this is a circle, and this is what we talk about. This is what we talk about. This is probably like our. This is begins from 0. This is a 90. This is a 180, and this is 270. I guess this is 270. So these are all So this is the circle that I'm talking about. Where was I? Okay. I'll actually close this. So this is the circle that will be formed, and make sure you follow this. Make sure you follow this for your own understanding. If you're having difficulties in you know understanding the rotation and stuff. So if it's on 0, if we and this is by the way this is like 45 and 30 and stuff like that. So right now, um, let's actually rotate our circle. Um, Actually, let's just go ahead and rotate our circle right now. So we can rotate our circle and set a rotation. Jesus. Okay, so again, as I explained, it's x, y, and z, and you need to make sure if you want to move it to x, make sure that your thumb is pointing in the x direction of x-axis, and then make sure that you move everything like that. So the default is again 0, 0, 0, and for x, let's suppose. So I'll just go ahead and just have different move it to. I mean, I'll just go ahead and add in. So if it's 30, it kind of looks like this. I mean, again, make sure that I can't explain it right now, but make sure that if you're moving, wait, I hope that I can explain it in the board right now. So since our thumb is pointing in this direction and our fingers will kind of close in this direction, so whenever so this is our origin. So let's suppose that this is our circle that's formed, and this is our 0, 0, and then where we talk about 30. So this is where 30 would be, this is where 90, this is 180, and this is 270. So that's why it kind of appears inclined, because it's over here somewhere, somewhat like it has an angle of this. Where was I? What? Okay, so that's why it kind of appears like this, because it's inclined. So if I put in 90, you technically won't be able to see anything, because it's flat on our the camera angle is exactly because it has no thickness, so you won't be able to see anything on 90. But if I put in something like in 120 or something like that, again I think that you should be able to see it. Where is it? Is it gone? That's weird. That is very weird. Well, 45. So that's our 45, then there'll be 90. So what if I put in 95? So it's kind of, as you can see, it's kind of over here. So again, I think that I don't know why, but 120 does not seem to be visible. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the thickness. We'll rotate. What? Where is it gone? Oh, it's gone for some reason. Okay, that was very weird. I think something's wrong with this. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, so that's rotation. And if you want to rotate, if I actually let me keep it, does it work at 30 again? It somehow works at 30. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's because of the thickness of this. So if we want to rotate our rotation, if you want to rotate our box, we'll just put in, let's say if you want it again 30, if I just put in what the 30, 0, 0, it'll rotate as I said inclined. And because this isn't this rotation as well is in relative terms to this or a box. so that's why it also rotated. And if you put in rotation of 90, this we will be able to see your box right now. As you can see, this is that's you will be able to see your box because it has some thickness attached to it. So yeah, so that's rotation for you, I guess. So that's rotation. Make sure, I know this kind of sounds a bit confusing right now, uh, but you know, like, just keep your belief, have belief in your right hand. I have belief in the right hand thumb rule. I'm sorry about the, you know, the visual that I'm not able to do. So yeah, the camera. Okay, so this is something. I don't know if I think that I might wanna talk about animation first before I jump into camera. But yeah, so first of all, I'll talk about animation. That's by the way Krish was asking. So let's cover animation right now. So animation is basically you can animate. Right now this kind of looks very boring actually, and I'll just remove the sample. I don't know, it's kind of blocking, and right now let's keep it to 000. And so you can basically animate stuff, and for that you have to nest it inside your component that you want to animate. So this is a you know primitive for that, HTML primitive for that. So I'll put it inside my box, and I think it was a animation, and also yes, sorry about that. Jeez. And I'm gonna close this. So now we can have animation stuff. Okay. And there are simple attributes for animation. And first of all, we need to define the type of animation. So there is different animations. For example, if you want to change the rotation, if you want to rotate it, then there's rotation. If you want to change the position, there's position as well. So and the attribute for that is attribute. How ironic. So, and I want to rotate it, so I guess I'll set it to rotation. And I guess what are the other attributes? Sorry, by the way. So rotation, direction, position, so there's stuff like that. And next there's two. So two is again, um you know what do you want the I mean where do you want its final position to be. So right now our rotation is 000, but if I set it to, let's say that so right now our attribute is 000, but if I want 0270, this is what you know we'll set it to 270. Or maybe if we want something like minus 360 or something like that, we can do that as well. And I'll just have the way to do this. So just sure. And maybe the depth, I want the depth to be 2, so to form a perfect cube. So refresh my friend, thank you. Okay, so I can change. So these are the angles that I want to change. So again, so I'm right now I'm changing it only on the y axis. And yeah, so again, so what else is there? Is there duration, I guess? So you can set duration for this. And you can, I think, also set, whether the animation loops or not. I don't know why it's not animating. Maybe if I mm, bring it further down and bring this a bit further to the right. So yeah, and you can set this, by the way, is in milliseconds. So this 3 is basically 3 seconds. And you can also, if you want to loop this animation or not, we can have a repeat of how many times you want to repeat the animation. So if I put in repeat is equal to 3, I hope it animates. It's not animating for some reason. It's really weird. What if I put in like 10 or something? Very weird. Actually, wait, let me just check out docs and stuff. There is animation. By the way, this is how you give a talk. uh, you can also add in, okay, yeah, you can do it inside this as well. Okay, I think that they may have changed the documentation. The last time I looked, you had to, put it inside put it as a child. But I think that they're saying that, okay, so the docs have changed apparently. So I told you, right? So it's been a year, but yeah, the docs have changed apparently. So right now so the current documentation says that we need to use it inside, so we don't have to declare it outside. So and for what was it? So instead of attribute we're using property, instead of repeat we're using loop. So yeah, so actually let's remove this right now, and I hope this works now. Animation is equal to um what was it, property rotation, and what is this, yeah, position, or as they use position, so the two is the same. What? And 2 0 270 something like that. And we want the loop to be true, whether you want to loop it or not. And is this how they're using it, by the way? Oh, by the way, sorry, I forgot about this. Yep, yeah, by the way, it's working, by the way. Hey, it's working. It's animating. Finally, yes, great success. Great success. So so yeah, that's how there's also stuff like there's also different properties to animation as well. As you can see, there's easing property. So for example, ease in and ease in, ease out, and stuff like that. So I think that mm, if you just go to animation curves, mm, okay, so these are the basic, these are a lot of, these are the type of curves. So a linear will be, I mean, I don't know how to explain this right now, even I don't know much myself about animation. But this is kind of like, this is where you start, so this is the starting of your animation, and this is how your end will look like. So when we talk about something like ease out, so we want to start uh, the animation a bit fast, but we want to end it a bit slowly, right? So about the ease in, we want to start it a bit slow, but we want to end it you know a bit, you know a bit fast, something like that, I guess. So if I use our animation property, what was it? What was that again? What was it again? Easing. Yes, easing. So I hope it's ease out or something. I don't know. Let's try linear and see how it works. So, yeah. So this is basically linear. Let's see if it is in works. It does not. Mm, okay, you can have multiple animations as well. Yeah, of course. Okay, is in cubic, is in quad, so those are different stuff. So let's actually try is in cubic. Let's see how it works. So see, so this is how easy and cubic animation looks. So yeah, so that's animation for you. What else? Is there anything to talk about? Yeah, we talked about camera. Yes. So, so when you're using different as you remember, right? I told you about this example. Let's actually click on it where mm, you see where you see how all of this is somewhere to the left, and ours was actually straight down the middle. Whenever we our 00 is like kind of like straight down the middle, so it's not like they have used this probably is the y-axis is probably, or the z-axis, the x-axis is probably 000 right now, but you can also change different you know you can also change camera angles for that. So there's something called camera primitive as well, and that basically defines where you want the camera to be. So let's suppose that I want my a camera, and right now we see this our box somewhere around here, right? So let me just have, I think it is position, and if I put this a bit zero, see, I think it works. Okay, no, no, no. Of course it doesn't work. And what if I type in 100? I think it moved a bit to the right. If I type in 2, or if I type in 3, which is same as the position of the box, it should be in the center. Yes, it technically is in the center of y. I mean the x-axis is basically the same. If I put in 1, our height will also be exact in the center. And if I put in if I put the camera to be minus 10 or something, now we won't be able to kind of see it because we're right now inside our box. So let's put in -5, and now we're a bit closer. If you put in -3, we'll be a bit further ahead. So the default by the way, this is also, you can also set the user height. um, People actually don't suggest using position element for this, and a lot of people in community will suggest you to set user height. So if you don't know, um, by the way, A-frame users, since we want our VR experience to be as real as possible, so everything, by the way, everything, this 3, 1, -10, everything is in meters. So this is basically 3 meters, there is 1 meter, there's -10 meters, there's 2 meters, and stuff like that. So this is because we, guys at A-frame, people at A-frame wanted to make sure that, it to be, everything needs to be kind of like realistic. So this is kind of like 2 meters. So the default, so origin, as I said, so it starts at 000, the origin is 000, and um, the default for our user height is actually 1.6, and 1.6 is basically, you know, so origin 000, so 000 it will be in VR, and uh, in a desktop it will be 1.0, 1.6, and 0, and we have this 1.6 height because it's kind of like average height of a human eye level, if you kind of like google it or something. So that's, I can't talk about, I don't know myself about it much, but that's what it is. I don't know why they did this, but that's what they did. So if you view it in desktop, we are right now viewing it in desktop, so the default is kind of like 1.6. So that's why in the beginning, remember, right? Remember, we had our starter example. Wait, a frame starter or something. What was it? I don't know. Glitch a frame, remix a frame. This is the thing. Right? So remember when everything was kind of like um, in our starter example, we had something like minus. What was it? The position is like nothing is like 0 0 0 0, nothing is like 0 0 0 and stuff like that, because um, our camera at default is 0 0 0. So if I put this, so that's why everything kind of appears at the bottom and on the side and stuff like that. So that's the camera for you. So you need to set the camera position as well, and I think that you can even animate the camera position if I'm not wrong. Mm, let's say property 1 position. And maybe I wanted to move along the z-axis, so um, I'll put this as the same, I think, and this has maybe minus 10 or something. I think I am not exactly sure if this animation thing works or not. I'm just experimenting right now, and let's actually just copy this loop through, I guess. We want the loop to go through. Uh, it's not exactly. What if I animate user height or something like that? And my user height, I don't know. I want it to be 1.6. Hmm. I think there's something else if you want to animate the camera. And my bad. But I know that you can animate camera as well. Animate your camera as well. Wait, rows or a frame. In this Moon Rider example, wait, let me just mute this tab. Uh, yeah, whatever. Let's just. We won't be getting copyrighted. Yes, finally. So this is basically we're moving forward, and this is basically, you know, this is basically the camera animating in a forward position. That's what it means. Oh, this is actually Beat Saber. Interesting. Free Beat Saber, guys, on desktop. So, yeah, so that's what they're basically animating the camera right now. Probably they are, most probably they are. So yeah, so that's you can also animate camera. I'm not exactly sure how you can, but you folks, if you're interested, you should check out the docs. I'm sure they probably changed the docs for that as well. So yeah, I guess that was camera, that's animation, and I think I'm done for now. Uh, is there any? Yeah, Krish is saying yeah, it's an attribute apparently. So yeah,
So
I think
yeah,
yes,
we
Vanil.
made we made as a question that, sir, but cannot we can't we see the faces of boxes from inside?
Uh, we made. I'm not exactly sure what you mean by faces of boxes from inside.
I guess it's for the camera thing, but I'm not sure. We made, is that possible to confirm on the chat what the
Uh,
question was for? Mm,
I think that he's talking about. Oops. I think that this we made us talking about can we see if it's I mean can we see if it's inside, can we see, can't we see if you're, let's suppose if you're in the center of our box, can we see 0 0, I mean can we see entire, shouldn't everything be red around us?
yes.
And yeah, so the answer is no, because it's kind of the inside is kind of hollow. It doesn't have this 3D object right now doesn't have uh, a volume right now, so there's nothing inside it. It's everything is on the outside, and I think that there should be something for that as well. I'm not exactly sure, but I am pretty sure that it should be something for that as well, to make your
So like
yes, Vinil.
So I saying, I mean, if we go inside a cube, then we should be able to see the faces from inside.
What VMate is talking about is probably like if we go inside our cube right now, as right now I'm trying. So right now,
Hmm.
technically, I'm inside the cube right now. So if I'm inside an object, let's suppose that, for example, Fenil just you know, suppose take a huge, big red ball or something like that, or big red sphere. And
Hmm.
if you go inside that sphere, shouldn't everything around you be, red? If I hope you understand what I'm talking about, Fenil.
I'm
That's
sorry.
what
Can you
we mean.
repeat?
Just imagine that there's a big red, sphere,
Yes.
right? And it's completely, and you're going inside that. Let's suppose that you're
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
inside that sphere
Yeah.
right now,
Hmm.
right? So technically, when we talk about a real world object, shouldn't everything around us, if we let's suppose that if we are inside that sphere, shouldn't everything be red?
Yes, I guess. I'm not pretty clear with the question actually.
Mm,
Uh,
do you have okay? Mm, do you have anything around you? What objects do you have? Anything? What objects do you have?
I
Let's
have
see.
water bottle.
Okay. For
Um.
example, okay. Cool. Take your water inside. Just you take a look at the water, right?
Okay.
Right, and imagine yourself in the water,
Okay.
right? And let's suppose that it water is actually oh,
I'm sorry. Yeah. So
and
let's.
imagine that your water is, it's actually not water, it's juice, some kind of, apple juice or maybe pineapple juice or something like
All
that.
right.
So the color will be kind of,
Something orange.
yellowish, right?
All right.
So
Let's see.
if you're inside that water right now,
Hmm.
shouldn't everything around you be, pineapple color or something of that kind of color of the juice?
Yes. 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 Yes.
So that's
Yes.
what VMate is probably talking about. So if you're inside that, shouldn't it be, shouldn't you be seeing everything? Shouldn't everything be red?
Red. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's because, as I said, that the inside of this, the inside of this object is completely hollow. So so that's why we're not, whenever we go inside it, we don't see anything. But if it had some kind of volume, so that's when we were able to be, see everything be red. As Krish said, yes, if we make models in Blender, so Blender models will, if you import some Blender model or something, that's when you go inside it, you'll be able to see everything around. Yes,
And
yes.
Vinith has a question that can we do um, some gradient thing in it?
Yes, we can, for colors, right? I mean, if you want to add gradient for this, I'm pretty sure we can. I think I did as well. I don't know. Actually, let's go ahead with frame data. I'm learning with you guys. Mm. There's something called material as well. So you can also add, material to, let's actually add I think I think this might work. So
And
you
he
can add
says
material to
specifically for circles,
um, specifically for circles. I'm sorry.
like a gradient thing for specifically for circles.
I think I know what you mean, Vinith. But yes, we can. I'm pretty sure that we can use a gradient. But I haven't done it before. But I'm not sure if we can find anything over here. And you can also use textures for this. For let's suppose um, I don't have a texture right now, but you can also add in textures to your. Let's suppose that. Actually, let's take a look at some example of something. Let's just go back to the docs. Is there anything interesting? Mm, Let's see if there's a building a Minecraft game or something. Pretty sure you can use textures as well. Oh, okay. Wait. Can you see this? Wait. How do I open this? Okay, are you
Yeah.
able to see it? Okay, cool, cool, cool. So, right now, as you can see, you see there's this, the floor is kind of, has some kind of texture or some kind of, smooth gradient texture ish to it. So, yeah, so that's by the way, this is some kind of looks like a Minecraft demo where you build blocks apparently. Interesting. So you can use textures as well. So if you have your own texture and if you have your own materials, as you can see, even the sky over here, you can see the what we had was a scene, and by the way, you can also use something called sky, I think, the sky component, and you can add in properties for
Oh,
the sky as well. I think so. This should work. As you can see, this, so this is our basically our background. This is probably hurting my eyes right now, so
yeah.
I'm just going to remove this, or maybe I should keep something lighter.
A light blue, maybe.
Okay,
Yeah, gray works.
yeah. So as you can see over here, as you can see, our sky kind of has a few stars. I don't know if you can see anything. I mean, it has some kind of background to it. There's like light. There's like sunset and stuff like that over here. There's sun here, stuff like that. So you can add materials or you can add textures to the sky as well. So that it looks kind of even more realistic. You don't have to
Yeah.
make everything yourself. You can just, if you have these models and something, you can import or you can use this for your sky. And if I'm not wrong, to add texture, I think that you can just mention the source for the texture over here. I think so. So if it's somewhere in your local environment, you can just you know have this texture file, and you can just point it to the you can point this source to the texture file, and it will import directly. I think it should directly import the texture for that. Yes, Krish, yes, people just do. You can just as Krish said, you can people add gradient to Blender for something and just directly import it. But what if you want to animate the properties of this object as well? So you can do that with A-frame. So if I want to change the color as well, I'm not sure if I can if this works. Sorry, property color, and to, let's say, green. Does it work? It does not. But I think that you probably have to use JavaScript, or you have to go in depth for that. But if you want to change properties of your 3D models as well, so that's where A-frame will kind of, on top of your Blender models, A-frame will help you out.
Next, we have question from Murtazali. Can we make this mobile friendly, or is it just
Yes,
specifically for desktop?
yes, yes, we can make this mobile friendly. Actually, there's a game called Space Lamb, and as you can see, this is m.spacelam.com. I mean m.spacelam, which is basically, if you don't know, a lot of websites beginning with m dot are specifically for mobiles. But yeah, I mean, this works for mobile as well. Wait, hold up. If I just kind of, as you can see right now, I mean, it's kind of loading at the moment. Actually, you know what, let's open this. With mobiles, you can, okay, so um, you can use I'm messing up with my tabs. you can use a different. It's not just mobile friendly, but it's actually controller friendly as well. So you can use, as you can see, for Quest, Rift, Steam VR mobile desktop as well, and you can even use HTC Vive controllers if you have any. You can use, there's Google Cardboard, the Google Cardboard VR as well. And so whenever you move and whenever you wearing that Google Cardboard and you're moving your head, so basically you're moving your camera angle as well. And with a controller you can, go forward, go backwards and stuff like that. um,
All right.
so actually there's a great example called a painter. And this is, by the way, I think you need some kind of like HTC Vive or something like that. But a painter is basically, you can, wait, a painter, a painter. And if I go images, so this is basically, you can, you know draw draw stuff in. You can basically literally paint in VR, if you can see over here. So there's a color wheel, you can select colors and stuff. If you have a controller, as you can see, this person is changing stuff with their controller, and then, drawing stuff. So you can make it desktop friendly, you can make it mobile friendly, you can even have specific stuff for controllers as well. So yeah, it's
All
very,
right.
very, powerful. Actually, it's pretty powerful and easy.
VMate says that I do make big sense in Blender, and follow me on CJ
CG
space.
underscore
All
space.
right. Yeah.
Okay, we met.
So shout out to VMate one.
Yep. CG underscore space. Is it for Twitter? We met.
Yeah. Is it for Twitter or Instagram? Can you confirm?
It's fine. It's fine. Um, so yeah, we met will actually let people in the chat.
No, in the chat. Yeah. True. Krish has the same question as Murtaza, that can we run this on mobile? And for that, I guess the answer is
Yes.
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 VMet has another question. So can we add an HDRI in there?
Uh, I am not exactly sure what what an HDRI is. I'm sorry.
All
I'm
right.
new to this myself. I legit am very new to, 3D modeling stuff and, things like that. So I'm really sorry. But there's A-frame community as well. So um, you can ask people, different people on the community. There's stack. Okay, yeah. So you can, if you want, you can contact these folks over here. You can contact Kevin, Diego, Don, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So yeah, these are the folks on, you know these are the folks for. I think there was also a Slack channel for this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like it
that
was.
there is.
Yeah. There.
Yeah, there is a Slack channel as well. So you can ask people in the community if you want, because my
Uh,
knowledge ends over here, unfortunately.
Also, that VMet says follow me. That account is on Instagram.
Oh, okay, cool.
Thank you for the confirmation. And then I guess we have no more questions. Yep. So people who are watching, not on live stream, but after the live stream has ended, if you have any questions or anything, please, do join the Discord server of Moz anyway, and you can ask there. And we have Harsh Mehta there as well.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll,
And
I'll
if you want
share.
to contact me, just, if you want to directly message me on Discord, mm, I have, it's in the slide, as you can see, obido.k hash 01654. You can contact me over there. And even on Twitter, if you want to contact me on obido.k.
Yeah. So
By the way,
yeah,
Venus, sorry, Fennel,
Fennel.
you can, you can, you can flash the link on the you know on our banner over here as well, so that they don't have to look
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
Yeah, not mine. Mouse and
I'm
Video's one.
sorry.
It's
Uh,
fine.
I sent that link in the chat box, but
Yeah, but what if
yeah. Hold up.
if the chat's not available? I don't know how you
Captions.
do.
Yo.
Paste the link right on. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Yes.
How's it look?
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you actually. So yeah, that's it from Harsh Mehta. Harsh Mehta, do you have something to add, or you're done?
No, I don't think. Let me know if you make something exciting. Uh, I'll definitely try to, you know, I don't know. I'll see what I can do about it. But do let me know if you make something exciting with WebVR and A-frame.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do not forget to tag Mozen as well as Obito.
Yeah. Sure. Definitely, definitely.
All right. Thank you, Obito sir, for having. I'm sorry, Obito is like in my head.
Yeah, don't call me sir. It's fine.
Thank you,
Please.
Harsh, for having the having on live stream and
Yeah.
teaching
One more
people
thing.
about
By the
yeah
way, just Google. There's this playlist, which I, by the way, I think this is probably the most. I mean, if you want to watch videos and stuff, as you can see, I already watched a few um, of this, and there's this person, Danilo, actually goes in pretty depth to
concepts.
different concepts of A-frame, and he starts with even the basics. So just Google. I mean, just go to YouTube and search for A-frame, and you'll be able to find his playlist, and it's a great playlist actually. I would suggest that. And
Oh,
yeah,
all right. We met says Harsh Mehta. It was great and learned a lot.
thanks a lot.
So thank you for the appreciation. Also, let me tell this that we on the Discord server we have a feedback channel. So if you think there's something missing or you enjoyed our something, do let us know. It kind of motivates us and help us improve for our next events. So do let us know on Discord under feedback channel. Yes, and moving on to Harshmita, I'm gonna push you back on the backstage
Sure,
and
sure, 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 sure,
meet
sure.
you after some time. All right,
Sure. Bye bye, bye bye.
bye. All right, people. Thank you for joining. Now it's time for giveaway. So what's in the giveaway? Giveaway is like for stickers. Good. It's about laptop stickers, and how we are going to do is that all the people watching live stream, you have to just say yes in the comment section, so that I'll just take your name and put in the random. Just let me share my screen. mm, Wheel of names, disable this, allow, and here we go. uh, I hope my screen is visible to you. Please do let me confirm on the chat section. All right, we are getting two years, Krish and we met one. All right, let me type it here. Krish, we made one, and we have Murtuza Ali, we have Vinith. Murtu, I'm sorry if I'm more URT. Okay, Murtuza. Um, yeah, Murtuza Ali, Vinith, and I guess that's it. Three, one, two, three, four. We are having six on the live stream, including on me. So we have five. Harsh Mehta, do you want to be, on the giveaway part? All right, I guess. Thank you, Harsh Mehta. All right, so I guess there is no more yes, and I think we should proceed with it. And let's spin the wheel. Ta-da! And we have win it, as you know. But I guess. Hold on. Vinit, thank you. But as you are a mod at Mozen, I cannot consider you right now. So yeah, hope you get me. And let's have the spinning the wheel again. Go. And we have Murtuza Ali as a winner. All right. So Murta, you're the winner. Congratulations for the giveaway. And as you're on the Discord, can you is it me for more details? I'll let you know for more details. Just send me a hi on Discord. And congratulations. And sorry, Vinith. I'm so sorry. Uh, so and also before everyone goes, don't worry if you have missed this giveaway. We have another giveaway on our Discord. All right, so what's that giveaway? It's the same giveaway, but it is the second giveaway we are having. What you have to do is go to Discord. If you're new, accept the rules, join, and you will be seeing all the channels, and in that there is giveaway channel. Go into that and react to the message, and you'll be actually be the participant on that giveaway. So and that will be concluded by tomorrow. It's a one day timing. The timings for it is one day. So yeah, that's it for from Mo's Envy side. If you like the content we are providing you, do not forget to subscribe, like whatever it is, sharing and all that. It's kind of an influencer thing. Never mind. Thank you everyone for joining us today. And people who have more questions, do not forget to ask that in Discord. And see you there. Bye.